welcome back to our channel. I have a good news. In this video, I'm going to start telling you another cake story. My wife Jo's niece, Jowelle, shows so much of determination even when she was a little toddler. I knew her about 23 years ago when she was a little baby. We all knew that one day she's going to be a professional person, without any doubt. And she did. Today, we call her proudly Dr. Jowelle. She met her schoolmate Khan in Ireland when she was studying medicine. Now these two young doctors getting married in Kuala Lumpur. It will be my and Jo's greatest pleasure to make a wedding cake for them, and we will do this cake partially in Australia and bring all the way to Kuala Lumpur and put together just before the wedding. Now the most interesting part of this video is the cake, her special request. It has to be done with the cartoon theme. You know, the sweet looking two-story house lifted up with the hundreds of balloons help, end up on the beautiful scenery, and then on the hill, over the hill with some waterfall on the side, etc. So it's a good idea. I also love to do storytelling cakes, and at the same time I would like to invite you to join me this journey all the way from Australia to Kuala Lumpur and experiencing all the different stages of doing this cake. So she also asked me to add a sugar couple representing them and their dog. I will also do that. So the whole thing will start with a life-size drawing. I also did that. I have already put some pencil marks that can give me the sort of like proportional guidance that I can draw better than just the pencil with the marking pens. I will start doing this as the first stage and then show you before I'm finished. Okay, a little more to go. I have already just gone through all the pencil marks and do the marking pen, so now I can see much better. So there's some textures on this house here, like this in the front side. This is all done with the weatherboard, sort of like overlapping wooden planks. So I'm just going to do like a little bit of like texture here, just to see better. See, as you see that in this picture, in the reference picture, there's some parts are like a little like a fish scales, and other part is just straight. So I'm just going to do that, just to see what is the end result will be. Okay, here like that. Okay, and then of course windows a bit darker. Okay. All right, the flowers. I'm going to use very pale pink roses. Jo will do that, and after that we're going to combine with the white small little daisies. All right. So basically that the one bouquet of flowers will be here, one bouquet of flowers will be here. It will be sort of like this. That's one rose, another rose here. I'm not going to make it too much flowers, so maybe one small one here. Okay, a couple of daisies, extending this direction. Okay. So roses has triple leaves. Okay, maybe two more here. Okay, always a good idea to have some branches like this over here. I'm going to use something a bit thicker than that. And then come here. Yeah, and probably doing also some leaves, good for what do you call daisies. Daisy leaf doesn't look like a rose leaves. It's different. All right. So I'm going to do this one a little bit different, a bit longish. Okay. So this is maybe a small little rose bud here. A couple of small leaves. That's it. Okay. So that's all about. So this what they call weatherboard extended the house this way. Okay, as you see here, I have referred to this picture as a front, but that is a little bit too much for that particular cake size I have. I make it slightly smaller. So let me show you that this is like starting from here. That is 25 centimeter cake with a 150 height. So that will be done in that mold. In that mold, I have a lucky that I have find this tin box. I'm going to do the cake inside, and then wrap the cake inside, and bring it to Kuala Lumpur in this box. And of course, that's also for the top. I find also I need to have a square cake on the top for the house, and then that will be done. This size is about 10 centimeter. So this is about 18 centimeter. Let me see how much is it. 17 and a half, and 10 centimeter high, and 25 centimeter and 150 height. So that will be just right. And of course we're going to use what you call PVC pipes and everything. I'm going to explain you later on everything accordingly. So that will go like this. There will be PVC pipe all the way up till the medium of this cake, I believe. So flower bouquet here, light pink roses with combined with the daisies. The couple here. There's a waterfall, very light blue. The cake will be ivory color, and then the house will have pastel colors, but very light, all kind of colors. And then the balloons also all kind of colors, as you see over here. So I'm very happy with what its appearance like, because it's like quite high. It will be very good appearance in the room. And the next thing what I'd like to explain you, how I dealt with the house and how I prepared my actually dummy house, which is a cardboard, which I'm going to use also as template. So let me just find out the way how I'm going to dismantle it and show you what I did and how I gone through with all those planning and everything. Basically, I have to make this house out of pastillas. I'm going to use my own pastillas, Yenes pastillas, and then give the pastillas very light colors, very pastel colors. So like this, even lighter than that. So I don't want to make the cake too colorful, because it is a wedding cake. It's not a birthday cake. All right. So in order to a plan to make how to make a house is you need to have a top view and side view. So I thought is the best thing to do is you start to making house out of cardboard, which I did this one. So this is exactly the size what I want to do, and every single part, as you see, that I use some hot glue guns to glue everything, but I just use a little bit because I'm going to take it apart. All right. So in order to come so far, I need to have information, the top view and the side view. So top view I manage because of this logical thinking, like if the front like this, if the side like this, it should be like that. All right. So as you see over here, the dark blue is the cake approximately, light blue is the floor space, like the house taking the real estate from the ground in that profile. All right. And after that I can refer to this plane every wall, the side view, but not to sort of like high, how high is it. So these pictures, except this one, all in diagonal, like sort of like a perspective view. It's not the exact measurement I can refer. I can take the height approximately, but I cannot use the width because it's like in angle. All right. So basically, what I have to do is I have to start from one wall and then continue with the next wall, just relying on the one before. All right. So after this plan finish, it was actually quite sort of like a approachable, have a start. All right. So the light blue is the real estate on the ground, and then the orange is the roof. A roof also, I can take some measurement from side view here, and then the length from this picture. So I am referring in multiple pictures to decide how is the one wall at a time, how does it look like. So I start from the front side. So what I did, I take the height from here and the width from here. I cut a piece of cardboard, only the front part, bend it in this angle, place it on the ground, glue it with the hot glue gun. Just the little dots. I know that I'm going to take it apart. And after that, I just do the same thing for the second thing over here. I can see the side view, not this angle, just the side view. I will do this one later on. And then I just make also drawing over here, second floor, which is black lines. I take the measurement from here and here, produce the top part. And then this little roof here, exactly like this, place it on, glue with the hot glue gun. And the best sort of like logical idea is you produce the next wall, which is from the behind, so we can have two walls to put the roof on. So as you see over here, this roof is complete finish, and then all other ones is attached to it. All right. So then what I did, then continue every wall by looking to information, top view, side view from these pictures as good as I can. I don't have to do exact same, but I have something that which is similar to that imagine, and also matching to that base. So that will be the size of the cake, even the landscape, but approximately this size. So everything happened in this cardboard. So once I have this cardboard house ready, I feel good because I can take everything apart now. I can use it as a template. So what I want to do now, I'm going to clear the table. I'm going to take this one part by part, just each roof, each wall at a time, take it out and flatten, put it in the right order so I can see that what is really the blueprint look like. I'm going to show you in the middle of the way. Okay, I am there. So if I remove everything, you will see that the same thing what I have it over here. All right. So this is the side wall. And just remove it. And as soon as I remove, I clean up all those hot glue gun pieces. And then that goes to here. All right. Actually, let me see. It's like this. So it will be sideways like that. Okay. And then this one goes to, so that I use just a little bit of hot glue gun. So you have that over here exactly the same. So I'm going to place it like this so you know that what's the base look like. All right. So these are only the roofs. So that is there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 roof. So 1, 2, 3, 4 roof here. I place it according to the situation of that. So this is the front. That comes here. That comes here. That comes here, and that's the base. All right. I also place those items as good as possible, fitting to my blackboard. So I'm going to place this one also here now. I have to clean all those hot glue gun, otherwise you see me that too dirty. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like that. Let's put this one here. That is here. So this is as good as possible, positioned in the right way. So you can see that this is the front, so that comes here, this one here, and then that's the top of that, that's the top of that, the second floor. That's also the sideway. I don't have a space to put it like that, so I just place it like this, all right, and that's it. So I will take a photo of this by putting a measurement tape over here, so you can actually see that all the sizes. All right, I put one here. I will put also one there, so you can actually. I will ask my son to put this into the course material. If you print this 100%, you will have exactly like that. There you can cut, and if you want to do it, you can do it yourself. All right. So you may be also asking me, what is this hole here? I have here a piece of metal, like a square piece, which is about the size of the chimney. So you see that here, about the size of the chimney. I asked my good friend, 3 doors away, my neighbor Don. He's approaching 90 years old, but he is a great guy. So anything I'd like to have it, like his help is always there. I'm also always for him, anything he wants. So, but he's a specialized, he's a tool maker. He can weld impossible things together. He uses some silver welding or whatsoever. He helped me for so many projects. So I'm very appreciate that to share with you his name. His name is Don, my great friend Don. So he did this for me to make it possible to attach all the balloons. So if this is a base of the house out of sugar, I will also have one of the wood underneath. So this will be screwed in the right place, and you will not see inside part. You only see the upper part, which comes from here out like that, and will be there will be the chimney. Because of the hollow here, I can put all my balloons inside. So that is the reason why I have that. And also, let me show you, the balloons is attached to the 1 millimeter aluminum wire. It's very soft wire, but if it comes together, all together for so many of them, it will be strong enough to put it together. That's my aluminum wire, 1 millimeter, and also this one on my balloons, exactly right size and right colors. So I'm not going to do anything over here. You will see that doing me in Malaysia, actually in Kuala Lumpur. So that is what is this all about. So next thing what I like to do is this. I'm going to take my pastelage and color them all exactly the colors what I'm looking for each wall. Then I'm going to roll, give some textures according to the original one, and then place them all on top of it, and you will see me doing that before I'm finished. So it will take too much time to show you everything rolling and cutting, rolling and cutting, but I will leave a couple of them to cut in front of you so you know what I'm doing. I color my pastelage pieces with the very light dim colors, as light as possible. So I don't want to follow up exactly the reference picture because it's too colorful, I find. And then also I cut all my panels, all the roofs and the walls with the particular textures, and at the same time follow the patterns and also templates for the size. So I left 3 items, 1 roof and 2 walls with 2 different textures. I like to show you that you understand what I did while you're not watching me. So the brown color is the roof, and I use oil, okay, and that's the one that I like to do this time. Sometimes if you not protect pastelage nicely kept into the double back, it may happen that some pieces remain hard, and you can see that when you're rolling it. So I have to pick it up and take it out. All right, 1 air bubble here. All right. One more air bubble. That's it. Okay, now the roof has the special texture. So this part is like a fish scale, and then the other than straight lines. So I find in my box my special sort of like scraper box, I find something like this, which is match exactly what I'm looking for. I think I've done that for many years ago for a kind of like a meringue stripes. Like I put the meringue on the tray and then scrape the sorry. Then I have a meringue sticks without piping. So that's the piece was I use it. So I'm going to use this one, and also I will use this particular perspex, very hard, and then special sort of like a very edgy corner, very sharp corner. So now that's the one. Goes from center out like that. All right, so let's do that accordingly. Put this one here. All right, so I have, that's the center, and then I have 1 and 2. 2 is enough, and I push this one here like that. Okay, take it out a little bit more, and then reposition like that. That's good. And more lines. So that's here, that's the center, and then I put another 1 and 2 line, then goes one more time like that, reposition like that. You have to really push, and after that another 1 and 2 lines. Okay, that's already good. So I like to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let's do this. 1 and 2, so that's the center, a little bit deeper. Okay, here once, twice. Okay, after that 1 and 2, again once and twice. Okay, then let's see what's happening. 1 and 2. All right, as you see that, if you have the template, it's quite easy to manage. And here, that's the roof coming like this. It should be no problem. Okay, cut like this, like that. You see the oil is actually holding the pastiage in shape. It doesn't really move around because it's already sort of like captured by the tabletop. It doesn't move anywhere because of the oil. That's a good thing. Okay, remove this, remove that, remove. Look at it, it looks quite similar. All right, so then I have to make this hole here. That's the where the chimney coming. If this hole is not in the right place, I will just work it out again. Maybe just move it left and right, just make a little bit more carving. Should be no problem. All right, now what I like to do, I'm going to remove that and placing exactly where it belongs, which is here. But I like to put a little bit of starch. All right. Make sure that it's still matching the shape. That's it. Okay. So this is how I did all the other roofs. That's it. I'm going to let this one dry. Now I'm going to start with one. This is the back side of the house. Let me find the right picture. Is it this one? Yeah. No, not this one. Where is it? It could be here. Okay, this one. So that is the wall. So pink, and then light blue here. And I have one what do you call, one door, which will be a step here, and then one little window here. So don't worry about this at the moment. We're going to worry about it later on. All right. So we're going to make this one in 2 different parts. All right. Let's cut this first. All right. Let me show you how this happens. So there is something over here interesting. I need to mesh these lines. Otherwise, it's not going to be correct. It's not very important, but I love to if I can. So I will do that, right? Okay. Let me roll this light pink and the light blue, which is here. And I get back to you while I'm cutting it. Okay, all these 2 walls are weatherboards. Like, I don't know what kind of material, is it wood or some sort of cement, or in a way it's like a building material, weatherproof, and then they are sort of flat and then long pieces overlapped each other, so the water goes from one after another over them, so that's not going to be go inside the house. All right, so that means that all those planks that place it like this. So I try to imitate the same thing. I have this plastic sheet that I can see actually it's transparent. I'm just pushing down, not like this, very low, and push down into like a very level, but only like a steps give me that position. And I'm just also pushing down, just parallel, freehand, and then I keep those parts are flat or straight. All right. So I place this one here, and this one here. So that is like when I cut this, the lines will be matched side by side. All right. So that's here, and that's there. Okay. Now, cutting. Clean knife. Always wet, and dry. Okay. Now, one straight line. Okay. Come on. Okay. Get them together like this, like that, like that. That's done. That's done. Here. Then I have to cut this one in that direction, right? So that means I have to cut this like that. See, pastry is still soft. When you move, maybe you drag the knife, you may just disturb the lines, so you have to go back and forth a little bit, like that. All right, that's already done. All right, and this one is to be exactly cut from here. Okay, there, there, there. So if I drag it like this, you see that all the lines goes like this, but if I cut it like this, it stays straight. All right. All right. So that's all good. All right. Now, as you see over here, there is some sort of like a sort of foundation part that is sort of like a darker pieces behind. I'm going to make a little windows in that area, and going to put something darker behind later on. So that is basically here. Just to estimate the location here, and then this one cut here, cut there, if you give a few minutes more to the pastillas, it will be more settled. You can cut much more straight lines. And also I use my corner tool to make it nice and corner clean corners. All right, and here's the same thing. One, two, three, four. Cut the other way around. 1, 2. As good as possible. You don't have to use any kind of ruler or something for that. You don't even have to make a cutter, because everyone is a bit different size. All right, push it back, nice and straight. All right, that's done. So, where is the doors and stuff? So there's one door here, exactly here, and one window here. See this picture? Now need to be exact, approximately location. Done. All right. I also cut this. That's done. Okay. Clean the corners, just push them. That's it. So that's exactly how I did everything else. So you can see that here, everything nicely organized. And I like to put now in the right place. So the doors. Okay. Okay, it's still too soft. I'm going to give another minute before I lift off and put it over here. So what's happening here now? Everything is already cut, pre-cut. And what else happening is when you look at those pictures, all right, those pictures has frames. And inside there's a pink frame, outside there's a white frame. So it is a very logical decision to do here. You can put, when everything dry, you can put the house together and then put everything you worry about after that. All right, you can put all the frames, but it's very difficult. While all the panels, all the wall panels, horizontally placed on a board, I can do all those details as much as possible before putting together. So that's a very good idea to do it. That's what I'm going to do next, and you will see me again before I finish. Sorry, I like to show you one more thing missing, what I promised before. There is another texture which is in a special part of the house. So that part is that second floor over that the cornery one. So I have to get this part moving slightly like this. All right, this one also. So what I did, I make some holder. Exactly, I use pastillas, the same thing, and then I place that like this over here. So when you see that in reality, I did this just before. So look at this. When I place this one over here, it will be matching like that, and we will create that look exactly the way that how it is done. All right. So there is same thing happening in this part. I want to do this one now in front of you. So first of all, let me produce the lifter like that. All right. Okay. And put something like a piece of plastic. Where's that plastic? Here. All right. Plastic here on top. And then take a little roller like this. So all what I want to do, that corner, push it down, all the way down, and then after that, squish it like this. See, that's almost touching down, almost zero. All right. Remove that. You see that is also zero here. Okay, cut this over here, and then remove that. We don't need this part. Okay, I need to have small pieces like this for this area. I need another 2 together like that. All right, so put this on the side. We will need it later on. And I like to I have to find out first of all what I use for the texture. So I take it from my scrapers box. There's something like that. It will matching to that look here. So I'm going to do that by just pushing like this and then relocating. Pushing and relocating. So we just do it like this, like this, like this, like this, and then get the texture very similar to that. Okay. Okay. Just go a bit faster. Like that. Like that. I had to do this before I start with all the frames, because that's the second texture I like to show you. Is it enough? No, a little bit more. Okay, now put this here. All right, clean knife, wet and dry. Cut this part. Remove. Cut this part. Remove. Position. Okay, I make mistake. I have to do it this way, because that part is, hold on, that's correct, okay. So cut like this, like that, like that. Now cut like this, just mark it here because I'm going to cut this separate anyway. So this one goes about 45 degree like that, and then continue here. Okay, look at that. And this one, put it back. This one here. See, that's like this, and continue this one like that. Great, I needed this part. I'm not gonna do it again. I can use this part for the sides. Let's finish this one first. Okay, once you cut it, you can see better if you have any mistake. Right, then after that I'll cut the window here. Cut. Okay. Where's the tool? This one. Okay, I wait for a while. Now next thing is these side parts. Okay. Let me see. That one has to be done. One left, one right. So this one is here. This one here, and this one there. And this one on the other side. Here, here, here. 45, like that. Okay, all was enough. All right, so what we have to do now, This one, make sure it's straight. I got this one here. All right. Lift off. A little bit of starch. Put this one here, and this one push it down. See what I mean? And then the other two with this one. One here and one there. Make sure it's side by side. Equal turns. That's it. So I'm just going to wait another 10 seconds and clear up. Alright, now I will start doing my framework. Okay, when I said to you just now, I will make a inside the window frame and outside the window frame. So, but of course we cannot do this before we do the glass, like glass part. I will choose to do the blue part because it's like a reflection of the sky. So, and then also the lower part, the very base of the house, it's got a dark brown sort of background, as you see it over here. I like to show you do this, how I do that. All right, it's just the lower part are here, and I'm going to cut this approximately a little bit larger than that, like that. Then do this, like that. Is it covers? Yes. Then I take a little bit of water here. Right. Take it out and place it here. So, as you see, that is already done. And then I'm going to do the window now. As you see, I did some marbling with the window, representing sort of clouds and reflection. So it's nice. That will be last one. I choose this part. Somewhere like that. And now this time I'm not putting water here, I'm putting water here. When I water the pastillage, I look at the light, I have to see the reflection of the water, otherwise it's not wet enough. So place it here, and that's it. Put it back, let it dry. Now I can start with the frames. Alright. Put this one there. All the windows, frames, done in the exactly same way. So, inner side of the window, there is a 1 millimeter thick pink frame, and also every window horizontally divided in two sections, upper and lower section. So, just in the half, there's one straight line, and then outer frame is white, about 3 millimeter, and wider white also frame. So, let me show you that one of the example. Here you see that is inside the frame is a pink section is 2 upper and lower, and then also white frame about 3-4 millimeter, and then is also done with the crisscross at the lower two part. So I done them all and only left one to show you exactly, then you can understand what I did earlier when you're not watching me. So that is a window. All right, so I already protect my sheets with a plastic sheet. I'm using that little plastic ruler and cutting one stripe, and the second one just in case I needed more. Alright, you see that how when the pastillage rest it for a while on the oily surface, it cuts very nicely, and also like pieces are very nice to hold and then work with that. Water and thin brush, just go on the edge. Quite easy to drag the brush because it's the inner corner, like that, and also just in the middle some more water, just the water. Alright, now what we do, placing in that edge, because the frame is only 1 millimeter and thickness also 1 millimeter, so it doesn't matter which direction you place it on. Right? So then second part,
because of the water, it just sticks very nicely and quickly. Right, now second one, and a little bit more water, I think. Right. See, one side I'm putting in the right place, just using the craft knife help, and then cutting exactly from the spot, and then right in the middle there's one separation here like this, and cut. Alright, now I can take another tool, just position nicely if there's any gap in between, push it back, and this not straight. That's it. Now is the white one. Let me give you a more close-up. Alright, again cut 3 to 4 millimeters. Sometimes if the window is too close to each other, I cut a little bit thinner, but this one could be like this, no problem. Alright, let's go. Again, this time I use a different brush. That. And also here. So this is a bit tricky. First of all, you have to put lower and upper part straight to the edge. Exact the size of the edge. Like that. And like that. Okay. Then after that, I go all the way from top to down and access a little bit more. Okay. It's about 8 millimeters or 1 centimeter longer than necessary. Then we have a one piece. That was too much. Not straight. Just it. At the lower part, I put more water. This part only. Right. Then I cut this a bit bigger. This much. Then place it exactly at the lower part. The both sides, left and right, can be standing in the high a little bit. Doesn't matter. So, as I mentioned before, all those window frames have been done where the pieces are lying down on the table, so I'm comfortable to put anything, it stays there because of the gravity. All right. Now there is certain frames around the house. Let's say around the lower part over here, and there are certain frames that over here underneath, and then there are certain frames that underneath the eaves, that on the roof. They are not possible to make it in the same situation. I have to first put the house together, then we have to put all those others, because the corners is to be cut in 45 degrees and I cannot estimate if the house is not together. So this is what I do next. I will make a start and you'll join me later. Okay, there's a few walls left and all the roofs left except this one. It's coming up very nicely. It is important that follow the plan. So, and also knowing that which wall comes first, so that every step after will be correctly depending on the what wall you did before. So most important part was this front wall, the blue one, and then placing that. So we know that the profile of the first roof which is going to be placed. So in order to make this roof correctly, I have to put this wall secondly, and that wall, and then place that back wall. So which is the holding the two sides of this roof. If this wall and that wall is not lined up correctly, every roof will be not correct from there onwards. So I did that. There was a little bit of like a trimming and just a millimeter and make it correct. So I did that, and then I will just gonna put now all the remaining parts. So there is one wall here that lining up the blue one in the correct position. So that comes here. If there is any oozing royal icing, I will use just the water and do it right. So I'm just going to put some royal icing here, which will hold the other one, and here. All right. I'm going to place it like this and push this one into the right place and see what happens. Push it together. That's pretty good. This part is okay. I like to put a little bit more royal icing here. As you see that it's not really clean finishing. All what I have to do, I just take a brush with the water and just go once, smooth up the royal icing what we're using for gluing purpose. So it's all clean up. Alright, there's nothing to worry about here, this part. Alright, so, and there is something over here, which is same as this one, but a little bit different, of course. There's a tree corner here. There's only sort of like squarish. So I will place this one here. Make sure that that gap is right line up. Let's get this one done first. You can also use in every wall a different color of royal icing, but I didn't really bother about that. Okay, it's just to go right in the middle of this roof cut. All right, a little bit of water here, done. The water here, done. Then I place the holder. Holder for the second layer, second story. Okay, there, and after that, I already pre-glue those. Will be easier to show you. When you're placing those things, make sure that is nicely balanced with the other things that line up. Like for example, when I put it on, I make sure that the frame exactly the same thickness all over around. Right? All right, a little bit of water needed here, just to clean up. That's pretty much done. So let this one dry for a while. I'm going to start from this. I placed that chimney and glue it on the base nicely, and make sure that it's really stable. All right, and then this is also the slits cut, so that everything is accordingly as you see from top camera. I'm going to place this one here now. That's the right thing to do at the moment. So put a bit of royal icing here. And then I also mix some royal icing with brown color, so that makes it brown to brown. It's not gonna be good to join together with white, so that's why I will use this one for this place. Here it is. All right. Make sure you're not pushing down before you position correctly. So that's happened. Perfect. Look at that. So that one I can actually clean up with water. If you want, you can put another stripe on top. I'm not going to do that. One more time. Nice and clean. When it dries, will be all same color. All right, now comes to this point. This one comes here. Make sure that when you're looking from sideways, the roof is level. Okay, let's glue this one first. This one also again with the brown. All right, again, position nicely. Okay, this has to be 90 degrees. That has to be level. It is. Okay. And this has to also meet with this corner. So I was too high. Just gonna push it down till I meet this corner. Let's see. Pretty good. That needs more filler. Look at that. Just once. Maybe twice. It is a roof mortar. Roof plumbers call this spatial cement. Alright, now the other one. I also go this part in front. And that was not matching. As you see that I make the hole bigger, but I will do some additional pieces on the top to make this not seen anymore. Okay, but this will be the next thing to do. So, alright. Here's a bit white. Okay. I don't need this one because it's not touching. Alright. Here. I think I will put this behind here. And this one. All right, let's go. Let's check it out. Good, good, everything good. So a little bit more filling here. All right. That's done. Very important to make the clean joints. And water is the, of course, biggest help for that. There's a bit bigger gap there, so I have to put one more time. That's it. What's left is this one. All right, we have to put some white icing here. Some white here. This one is brown. Okay.
You have to look at it from every direction. If you only choose to look from one direction, you may just make a mistake. You have to turn your head and then go back and looking from different directions. Okay. That looks pretty straight. Okay, let's look at here again. Fill up more. More and fill up more here. That's it. Make sure the brush is not too wet, otherwise you're taking off everything. Use the brush like scraper. Okay. Okay, pretty much good. So the house is already in place, all the walls. So what's missing here? Vertically situated some lines. There's some here, some there, as you see it, that frames around, all right? And these ones will be also like has to be done now. So I'm going to do all those remaining parts, and also there is a steps here, I think 2 or 3 level, and there's a steps here in front of the door, and there is some balustrade here, and then balustrade 45 degrees going down. So this is what I'm going to do next. Okay, let us continue giving the final details to the house. So I did not like the join on the top of the roof, so I'm just going to go one more time like a combining or joining brickwork. So I used the scallop tool and then roll the brown pastellage about sort of like 2 millimeter, and then just give that kind of like original one, you know, that on top of the two roof join there's a joining bricks. That's what I want to do. So that covers that ugly joining part. It was quite too big when I used the Royal icing. It did not work out quite nice. So I'm just going to take this one and put it on top, and then I'm happy. Alright, look at that. Just put a bit of water here. At the same time, you know that I lift up the whole lot. Works a bit more comfortable. Alright, that's the tool. Look at that. That makes it nice and joining. Very sort of clean. Right? Okay. Cutting that. Perfect. Okay, now you see this part going around, and I didn't complete that part. So all that I have to do is I'm taking the light orange pastellage. This is a fly screen frame around the windows, normal windows, not these windows, to putting the fly screen in the right groove. So I'm just going to give a bit of motion here, sort of like that. Okay, one more time. So that is already like a good profile to cut. I'm cutting just 1 millimeter from the top, and also a little bit underneath. So we have like some sort of corner work nicely organized. Like that. And like that. See what happened here?
that's out. That's what I'm going to use. We don't need this part. And this one I'm going to maybe use. Right. Let's go. Water. Here. And here, all the way here. Okay. Done. So take this. I know the estimation size, like that. It's too big, but I'm going to cut it off. That comes here. Alright, then comes the scissor cut. Just straight. That. And then next one. A little bit more water. Here. That's big enough. Okay. More moisture. Okay. Put it here. Push it in. There. So, as far as I'm concerned, what I have to do over here in Australia as the house is finished. So I'm not going to do anything else. Then packing this nicely. So as you see that everything is already in place. If this one dry a couple of days, I have still quite a few days left to spend here, and then before we continue our journey. So that's very important, of course, the packaging. I'm going to show you also a couple of ideas that how you can pack it properly while I'm doing it, and also I will use those tins then sandwich the cake. I will sandwich the cake inside the tin and then also leave it inside the tin and put it in the luggage and then go all the way to Kuala Lumpur, frozen of course. If you have a situation like this, that you have to make a cake and you have to bring it far away, especially if you have time at the point of arrival, I would recommend you not to finish the cake. Pack the cake in a very strong way, and then take your material with you and bring it over there and then finish it over there. So I'm talking about, like, if you finish the cake like with the fondant coating and everything, you need to make a very special packaging, and there's also no guarantee that will be no damage. All right, but if you have time at the point of arrival, as I said, if you don't have, maybe you should make some time. Maybe you have to arrive there in the morning and then sort of like maybe driving, I'm not so sure, and then maybe flying like I'm going to do, and you will have some time over there to do it. You have to make your time, all right? So I'm not really a rubbish collector, like a hoarder, but I collect things because I believe that I can make use of lots of things. So I look at my junk shelf and I find these two tin. This two tin was a perfect start. So from that sizes, I make this plan. Then everything will match together, all right? So let me explain you now my preparations about that. So I like to sandwich these cakes inside without worrying about ganaging around and masking around everything. Just put together, all right? And then pack them into the luggage. So I will explain this one later on why. So I prepare some plastic sheets. So these two sheets is exactly the cut for the base. For the one is the base, okay, inside, and one will be on top. All right, this one we don't worry about now. And then we have that PVC stripe. It could be a paper or it could be like baking sheet or something, doesn't matter. However, that will help me to take the cake out very easily. One problem was I sort of detected that was the rim around this box, this tin. It will avoid easily take the cake out because of that rim. So that's why I use a hammer and hammer the sides very nicely and make it as flat as possible. It will not gonna be any kind of problem later on. All right, I'm going to sandwich this cake inside. So
The second one is here, exactly the same. So I have two sheets that goes one inside here, one reserved for the top, and also I have another sheet. It's not round, so I'm going to open up like this, quite sort of like pushing a little bit, and then it will also work, and I will put the cover on top after that. All right, so let's put this one aside first. We start from this. All right, so I have some sponges here, mud cake sponges, mud cakes, and cut them into two pieces. I already cut two of them. This is the last one. All right. So if you have a crusty part, or like let's say at the bottom is more crusty, all right, I'm going to use other way around. So let me just place this one in first and see how it looks like. Okay, that's not really the size. So what I like to do, let me give you a kind of like an idea. All right, cut this one half. Okay, cut another half. Instead of putting something around of it, so I need about maybe 6-7 millimeter on the side. So I'm just going to put this one like that, like this, and like that. Okay, maybe this one we can put together. All right, also maybe this one we can put together. We only worry about the center part. All right, so I have some off cuts over here. Look at that. Okay. Place this here. Look at that. That's good. The good thing is about mud cake, because the ganache and the mud cake same color. So if you do this kind of patching work, nobody will realize it. All right. So this one I need for the next level. Put this one here first. Then I have the ganache. I don't want to put too much, just for a gluing purpose. And of course that something I have to go inside. The spoon is a very good idea. Look at that. You can't reach in with a normal palette knife. So a spoon is actually quite a good tool to do this. Okay, that's done. Next one. So I like to place it like this. You see, the thing is, I actually lost a plop here. I don't know where the line is. So, but it's a good idea to make it like open a little bit, and then not in the same direction. So you have like, if you have joined like this on the first one, second one will be like this or like that. It will be a better idea. All right. So then again, I also patch it in the middle. That's it. Do it again. I'm going to continue this till I reach the top. Then I'll show you how I finish it. So I need a few more layers on that till reach the top part. Okay. So watch this. I already arrived to the top, but it's not good enough because it's still low. All right. So what I like to do, I'm going to use the last sponge to make the finishing 100% correct. All right. Put a little bit of ganache here. All right. And this time I will use this because it's already possible to do it. Okay. That's good. So then I take this, I use this side. Okay. This time I will use a little bit more, less worry about the cutting because it's already top. Right, just here a little bit, here a little bit. Okay. A little bit here. Okay. And very small piece here. Alright, now this time what I like to do, I'm going to take my knife and then use that guidance from the tin, right? Cut this off. Okay. That will be used for something else. So look at this. Perfect, right? So now I like to put some ganache just to glue that plastic sheet. Look at it. That's perfect. Space. Then here it is. So clean up a little bit and start with the square one. There and there. Alright, this is already perfectly right. And I'm gonna just put my last layer of ganache. Also make sure that all gaps are filled. When this one cool down and then cut nicely, you will see not only layers, I mean you don't see it, but you feel that also ganache sort of not only horizontally, also vertically some filling in between, right? So there's nothing wrong with that, right? Good. Alright, now last protection on top, like that. Push the cover on top nicely, like this. Look at that. Nice. Like this. Okay. Now, what I like to do, I'm going to clean up and wrap this one with a plastic foil a couple of times, so it will be nice and clean, without any ganache, without any chocolate, and goes in the freezer. So I'm going to pick up from the freezer and wrap again with something else so that condensation doesn't really go into the other things, all right? And then put them into the luggage and then go all the way to Kuala Lumpur and take it out over there and put it back in the fridge. This sugar house is the only thing that I will take with me to the cabin, inside the cabin, and store it overhead compartments right over me. It's not a really too much risk to do it this way, but I still want to make it a secure packaging. So what I like to do, I'm going to wrap this house in a styrofoam box first, and after that cardboard box, and then specially cut cardboard box, and after that just get the ribbon around and put like arrows and everything. So the only thing is problem when I'm passing through the custom, they may just ask me to open it and see what's inside. So because there's one metal part inside, you know, there's probably like a maybe question mark what's happening in there. I have to open the box and show it to them. That's why I'm going to make the lid open. All right. So now underneath the house, this is one piece all dried nicely. That board is actually second layer of the cake, so which comes over here. So I'm going to use the same thing also for making the house more secure. All right. So I also prepared certain things which is the base, left, right, and then front and back panels, and then I'm just glue them all together. So I will place now first of all the lower styrofoam here. By the way, also I put some sticky tape, masking tape around, like a heavy duty sort of like a ducting tape, it's called, I think. That is ready to go, so I have to eliminate too much of complications. Right? So that one comes here. Let me see how it's better. This is better. All right. So then I place the house on top. Right here, and I'm putting styrofoam panels which is touching to the house like this. Like that. Yes, like that. Okay, once it's good, I put some
what do you call this, toothpicks, just to secure it for momentarily. All right. Next one. The styrofoam is what I selected quite soft deliberately. Alright. And turn this one for a second. This way. And take this one and put it over here. Alright, so far so good. And also what I have here, more styrofoam pieces. One goes here. And this one also fill up the MTRS. That's it. Now I like to do all those toothpicks a little bit more completely go in. All right. Find something. Push it in. Okay, so far so good. Alright, now what I like to do, I'm going to place the boards that I cut, and then sort of a little bit gluing at the moment with the tape. Just holding it first. Okay, coming out. Okay, it has to be really nice and snug. Okay, they're all good. Now next thing is get these panels holding together, also momentarily. And some more tape. Let's use a bit bigger one. I'm putting a bit of pressure that the styrofoams are really touching to the walls and holding it nicely. Alright, now when this has happened, I'm going to take again strong tape. Okay, put it here and give a bit of tension, glue it nicely. Chop this off. This is done. Alright, now in order to showing to custom authorities, one more side, it's important to foresee the problems. Like if you pack it completely and then you cannot open, you will have a bit of hassle now in the airport without any sort of like possibilities to repack again, so make it possible to show. So you can open up this one and show it from the top, no problem at all, right? If necessary. So now, as I said, I have to make it lit. So what I did is I just make cardboard like this, and then put this one over here with the hot glue gun. That's it. Place it here nicely. And glue. That's it. I can open this, remove everything, and I show it to people. I can still tape this one, and then put a bit of like a cord around so I can carry it like this. Arrows on the side. I'm secure with this one now. Now, what I will do now, next thing to do, because today is what? Thursday. Saturday morning at 4 o'clock we're taking off. So I have still today afternoon, and then tomorrow I'm going to take everything, put in the luggage, except this one. And after that, I'll see you in the airport. I'll give you another shot in the airport.
Hi everyone, we are in Gold Coast Airport now. We finally arrived. Actually, we wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they told us like we have to come 3 hours before the airport. So everything's okay, but I just faced a bit of dilemma because this is the house inside, and when we passing through the security location, and we tell the guy that there is a cake inside. So we want to keep it straight upwards, and then somehow I think they detect a metal part inside, and then they take this one into a separate section, and then the person that handling it, they put the whole box upside down. So I just want to check before I continue. I will repair it anyway if there's something broken, but I just want to have a feeling of now inside. I'm going to check what's going on here. Okay, just a little bit of breakage here. So I'm not going to do anything at the moment because nothing has disappeared. Every single piece broken. I will actually puzzle it back and then just glue them nicely back again. I don't think there will be any problem because the house is still intact. So I will just put it back again and then hope for the best when we arrive to Singapore, actually to Malaysia. I will also look into that. Alright, I'll show you what happened later on. Hello again. We are in Kuala Lumpur now. We arrived in Kuala Lumpur about 2 days ago. We had a bit of jet lag, Joe and myself, and we didn't really want to open the box because we just scared to see some disaster. So today, first time, we opened the box. We were looking for a suitable place, and we find an office place which is not in use, and nice and conditioned here, nice and quiet, and we're using this space to work all the repair job, and Joe is doing all the flowers. And so I opened the box, and I see that the part of the roof completely shattered, completely sort of bits and pieces. And then I was really hoping that nothing happened around of the house. So I was right, nothing happened. I just put together, like every piece I put nicely, slowly put on the table, and then join them part by part together with using some royal icing, some little chocolate or something like this. And after that, it's finished. The only thing is that I really find out the joint parts is still a little bit in sort of visible. I just want to cover that joint part with another additional pastellage, which I roll a very thin piece, as you see here. And then I cut a little stripe, and this time use just water, just to see here, like this part, and very easy to just put some water here and put that little stripe here, and that covers that all the joint, which is a bit ugly. All right, that's it. So I will basically wrap this again after some times, let it dry for a while, and that's it. We are very secure at the moment. So wedding is happening on the 31st in the evening. We will go to a restaurant which is only for us, and 30th will be a tea ceremony, which is a very traditional thing in the Chinese wedding, and on the 29 and 28, we're going to move somewhere else, which is a house, a big house which is some of the family members comes together. So I will use their kitchen because I don't want to make it now and wait so longer, a couple of more days. So I just want to make it in the last few days. That is all secure. Cake is in the fridge actually. Take it out and put it in the fridge, of course. So in the meantime, we're gonna go around in Kuala Lumpur, and if I see something interesting, I would like to share with you. So then, if I'm not, you will see me doing the cake on the other place. This morning we decided to have a walk. We get out of the house where my sister-in-law living, and we come to this place called Rekreasi Keluarga Zone. That means like a family recreation place. Everybody come here for walking, all the families, and good exercise. So it's lovely. It's like the name says, recreation for family. So Joe is always walking in front of me. I cannot catch her. So we're gonna make our walking this morning here, and I hope that doesn't take too long. Look at that. Every time I see bamboos, I remember my first fishing rod. It was only bamboo tree, bamboo stick with a bit of string on it when I was a child. So Malaysia has a big land and everywhere is green. Raining here like cats and dogs. And this is the rainy season now, but luckily not having rain at the moment. So green is everywhere. Right outside this walking area where we've been just now, and we end up like coming here, like a little street food market. And then when we see that somebody doing the coconut drink, we have to stop, and because I love this drink, so we just order one, and I have one. This guy is doing like fresh coconut and then chopping off and then take the juice out, and it's become like a energy drink, let's say.
Yes, two. I have two.
Two.
One for me, huh? Let me show you how he does. See, touching it to understand how much juice it is. That needs a bit of technique. Chop it from the top and pour it inside the container. That's a pure drink. You don't have anything inside, nothing added. It's a pure fresh coconut.
This one has a flash.
Yeah.
Look at that. And I think he's going to put some flash into the drink. Hey, is he going to put some flash into the drink?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't put this in. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. So much juice for me. Look at it, just fresh. Really like enjoy type of coconut flesh goes into it.
You just came to the park? Walked so long just came to the park?
Yeah, I thought we already finished with the walking and we start walking again. Anyway, let me drink this one. Now, I'd like to show you, this is how they put it into the glass. This not the glass, the plastic cup. Now look at that. How much was it, Joe?
6 ringgit each.
6 ringgit each, that means 2 Australian dollars. And big size of thing.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the place that we're looking for. It's called Lisa Chili. And then, you know, you can buy all those pastes actually in powder from supermarket. But here is the very original thing is that everything you order, and then they mix it freshly to paste for you and pack nicely. And you can keep it in your fridge and cook your any kind of paste you think like any kind of paste like for like laksa paste and then like a curry paste or rendang paste. So all those original local food that it's very original.
Rosaline.
This is Rosalind. How are you, Rosalind? That's the owner. And nice to meet you. We heard about you so much. This is chili. And yesterday, my brother-in-law was doing the curry. He already purchased the paste from here. It was so delicious. So you can look at that. So they are not powder, it's a paste and freshly mixed according to your wishes. Now it is quite common in Malaysia. Early breakfast food is contained rice or noodle. So this is also another dish that contains rice. And I like to thank my brother-in-law Kun to take me out almost every day for breakfast. He is very, very good with that. And let me just explain you what is the food all about. So this is the nasi lemak. So that part is the ginger-coated chicken thigh or leg, and that is actually the main protein part. Rice is cooked with very heavily with the santan, with the coconut milk, and this part is sambal. One of the ingredients in this sambal here is the belacan. Belacan is like a prawn paste. So I remember that in the past we've been in with the national team in the Switzerland, and we won the best hot dish in Switzerland, 1986, I believe those years. And because of this sambal, this part of the dish, we have won the hot cuisine in the world. So as a Malaysian team. Another thing is that I remember in the past in the UK MasterChef, the team won the MasterChef the first prize because of this dish. They cooked the nasi lemak. Nasi means the rice, and then the lemak means coconut. So the name of the dish comes from the rice cooked with coconut. And this one is the roasted peanut and the what was the small little fish called?
Ikan bilis.
Ikan bilis. So ikan bilis is like very sun-dried, actually deep-fried and dried little, very miniature fishes. And the egg and cucumber is completing that dish. So this is nasi lemak. Okay, today, 28th of December. It is Wednesday around 5 o'clock. We're just moving into the place that we're going to stay in the next few days. So it is a beautiful 5-room with all en suite, kind of like an individual, sort of like an independent house. It's a beautiful place. The only thing is that we don't have any air condition in the whole house. Every room is air conditioned. So I choose the place that where we're going to stay. This is the bedroom. And then I have luckily one nice square table here, and then there's also one shelf that I put all my tools, and so that's the house here, and then the roses in there, and all the material that I'm going to use, all the fondant and everything. So I'm not gonna sort of start anything today, but I took it out, so I have my air conditioners already on, so I will start tomorrow morning. I've stationed in the house kitchen here, quite a limited space. There's a little bit of space over here on this corner beside the stove. And then I also own the air condition in the room, in my bedroom. So I have luckily that I show you a table in there. So I'm going to do some work over here in the kitchen and then some work inside the room.
So first thing, of course, that remove the cake from the tin. So it was quite easy to come out because of the PVC is not really stick to the can. So I also did one little hole here so that air can penetrate inside, so the cake can comes out quite easily. So all what we have to do now, that is actually upside down. So I have to turn this one the other way around. First of all, remove that plastic that's underneath. Put it here, and then turn the cake upside down. Put it here, nice and centralized. All right. Let me see. That's this much. That's this much, and this much. All good. So remove all those plastics. Normally, if I want to do a kind of landscape work, what I actually do, I just put ganache on the cake and then put the cling wrap around and then push it into indentations. That will be all okay. But not this time. I will remove some parts and then glue them, relocate them, the parts that comes out, and make it like a little bit more drastic sort of landscape. So this is what I do now. I'm just kind of cutting like one piece, like this. That this comes out, nice indent here, and then relocating here somewhere else to make it like a drastic sort of stony landscape look. So that is already done. So I'm going to cut now this time this part like that, and relocate this piece by putting somewhere else like that, and then do it again. This time somewhere on the center. There's very limited possibilities over here. This time make it like this. Okay. And now maybe one more should be enough. So cut from here. Look at that. That piece already ganache this side. So I'm just going to put this one also here. That should be enough. And then top wise, I'm just going to maybe just cut a little bit here, like that, relocating here, cut here, and relocating there, and then maybe there, also a little bit. So I make the top part a little bit more, sort of like up and down. Alright, so that's it. So what I like to do now, I'm going to do my ganache. I already conditioned in the microwave. After I put the ganache, I will put the cling wrap, of course. Okay, that's already done. So what I have to do now, I'm going to put the cling wrap around. Just for so this kind of cakes is like quite easy because we don't have to really worry about the strong sort of 90-degree edge or sharp edge, etc. Just do this. Alright. This. Okay. And then push all those things nicely. All the indentations one more time. Makes it a bit more smoother.
Okay, next thing is I like to roll my fondant to coat the cake. So that the cakes are in the condition room.
I mix my fondant in Gold Coast already. Some darker ivory and then lighter ivory. I'm just gonna marble it, just mixing it because I don't have any airbrush here. So I'm just gonna take this one, this much, and this one approximately this much. I'm hoping that is all good. So we have two cakes to cover, and plus the center post, like sort of like stairing going up, staircasing up. No? Okay, this is here. I have a bit of slash here. That's the dining table in the whole house. That's possible to roll things. So that is like that. And let's go like this. Right. Okay. This, and then go a little bit more. I want to have like a very distinguished lines in between lighter and darker places. Look at it. Okay. Cut enough. Hoping for the best. That's already good. Like this. Alright. So that circling here, marbling, this is what I want to
Joe is now standing on the bed. I hope that she doesn't fall off. So, hands are clean, not ganache, it's important, right? Just go on the side. I hope there's no tear off. That's good. So, first thing to do, of course, you have to secure that edge so that the gravity doesn't win, right? So, I will sit down now, take my time a little bit. So this is done. So we have to go like inch by inch downward. So there's a natural kind of holdings. Bit of tear out here, doesn't matter. You can always put a bit of stone over there. That's it. So that's already sort of like a finish. What I like to do now, I'm going to put some aluminum foil. As you see, I'm always doing that. A little bit of like textures. I never do check in the bedroom, but it's okay, it's quite comfortable. Especially inside the deeper areas. That's it. So now I'm going to also put a little bit of texture in these areas. Like pushing down olive foil. The board cover also with ivory cloth, so that's already look good. But I hope that airbrush arrives so I can add a little bit more sort of like fine detailing on the marble look. Okay. So next thing I like to do, there is a hole in the cake I already cut before, exactly the size of the this pipe. That's about 10, 30, probably 35 centimeters. I'm not so sure I have to measure again. So that goes all the way in. All right. And now I'll check the hole in the middle. Okay. Let's put it in. I have one washer here, and that's already passed from here. And I'm going to put another nut and washer underneath. Then we're going to place the other one. So before I start placing your other cake on top, you will see me doing that. So. Okay, underneath I already tightened up the nut. I want to have this bar exactly in the center, so that I will have a little bit of help from the piece of styrofoam I prepared. So look at that. You see that if I leave it alone, it may go on the one side. One side like this, which is not in the center, that's not right. So I will have this one in the center, push it in, and then lock it inside the pipe here. There we just not. Then this is the board, which is the top cake coming in. I'm going to put this one in. That is already. Already good. So what I like to do, it is important to choose the front side. So I'm just going to turn around here, and I think this is the nice spot for a front. We can get, but this is a bit bump here. I don't like it. So I'm gonna put a couple here. That's not really the best corner. Wait a second. I can put the couple here. That's it. This is the front. I'm going to put it here. All right. I can push it down to the straight level. Doesn't matter. All right. So that will be then the front like this. The house will come on top. So all what I have to do now, I'm going to place the next cake, which has already cut. I place it here. No problem at all. I will put some chocolate over here, protect the metal part from the cake. After that, then I put the exact same thing. But this time I'm going to cut level, and I will put some stones to make it like a variety of like the lines underneath here. So then after the cake coating, you'll see me doing this part. So far so good. We have finished the top cake, exactly the same way how I did in the bottom one. So now what I like to do, I mean that is a kind of like geometrical shape in the center, it's a post. So I like to cover with this, with like some stones, but while I'm doing the stones, I would like to make it look like a steps, they're going upwards, all right? So in order to do that, it's very, very simple. I just take a piece of offcuts, pastillas, not pastillas, fondant, sorry. A piece of fondant, like this. Then I don't even mix it thoroughly, just do it like this. I mean, this is a place that doesn't have a proper cake decorating kitchen, so we just have to deal with whatever we have in hand. So I'm just gonna shape it up like a big stone, all right, and then put it over here. It's like irregular sizes, like one big, one small, a bit smaller, a bit larger, and then make sure that the sort of platforms on the top like represent a kind of stepping upwards, like a stepping stones, right? So I place it there, and I make it like this curve, like already ready to go. And I just take a little bit of chocolate with a spoon, just like this, chocolate, and put it in the right place. After that, just continue the shaping. All right. So once I get these big stones are in place, look like stepping stones, then I'll take another piece of fondant and placing on the empty areas. So let's say this is already there, and then I just go a little bit more like indentations here with my corner tool. Then what I do, take go around, I will cover this one. So I just take a piece of fondant here, already pre-rolled before, like that, okay? And then keep in the hand, putting some chocolate behind. I use the back side of the spoon, alright? And look at here, and push it down. Look at that. It doesn't matter how it is. I'm going to get this like aluminum foil. Just get some sort of natural textures here. And once this everything covered, then I will look at it. Where can I put some stones? For example, this is already that which is a joint which is not very clean. I'll put some stones in there. Maybe some scraps, or I don't know. Just I will decide that as along the way. All right. So just push it in the aluminum foil, bit of texture. And next one will be coming here and there, and then that should be enough already. Right. After that, I mean everything is a step. This is like a stepping stone step. After it's finished, and I'll go a little stone step, then continue. Just change my direction to choosing which side is the front. So I find that not this way, that way is better. So you have to be flexible. That you have to change your directions and decisions easily without hesitating. Okay. So now I'm going to take the house, put it on top, and then see kind of like a little bit more finishing way. Then I can decide more what else we have to do. So at the end of the sort of like ceremonial thing, that they come and cut the cake and everything, I'll take the cake into the kitchen and I'll cut myself. And at the same time, I will remove the house from the cake and then put it back in the box so they can keep it as a kind of like memories. So that's why I don't want to glue the house very strongly. I just have to have a couple of drops of chocolate on top, and then that's it. All right. So one here. I should be able to put a knife underneath and remove the house very easily. Okay. Here, there, and there. That should be enough for holding the house. So take it out carefully. Here, put in there. Here it is.
So I'd like to put my waterfall in this direction. Yeah.
As I said, I'm going to roll the blue pastillage and then make this waterfall. So I can just do it according to the shape. I can bring bigger piece and cut with the scissor, very cumbersome, very sort of like an inconvenience. So that's why I work with paper, and then I want to cut one of this and one of this, like a second layer, like puddle of the water and going down from these rocks. Another puddle is here. So basically, it's not going to be right to put this one first, this one after, this one after. So I'm going to do it other way. I'm going to place this one first, after that this one after, and this one after, so that overlapping the water on top of each other correctly. I have my patterns ready now. I go to the kitchen and I roll the blue pastillage. You see me when I'm placing. Okay, I already cut all my pieces according to the template what I prepared before. Just to put a bit of water here and then place it this one first. So the lowest one first and gradually go up. Okay. So then is the second one, which is this one. This is to come here. Alright, just put a little bit of water here. I like to keep some of the parts like in the air, not really sticking everything. So that has to be just touch down, which is here. We're going to put some royal icing here after that to make it looks nice. Bit of water here. Right. Just touch down. So just touching down here. Right. Now the thing is, I don't want to have a waterfall here without any support. So what I have a long skewer here. All right. So that is a bit too long. Alright, I just want to chop this one up a little bit. I want to have a little bit here, a little bit up there. This much. Okay, 2 pieces. Make this one a little bit also sharper. This part also. Okay, look at this. I'm just looking at from this direction and make sure that it's just straight. Alright. Watch this. I just go down and in between the icing, push it up again. So that is already just right. And then one on the side too. Down, down, and up again. Yeah, it's already good enough, right? So that is actually the coming part in here. All right, here. So what I have to do, quickly put a little bit of chocolate here. Okay, just a little bit of chocolate here, just a little bit, right? Don't make too much noise here. And then after that, put the water here. Okay. Chocolate's still good. Alright, now put it there, touching to the sticks, there, and put the water here. Okay, and then basically cut this up and push underneath. That's it. It looks like the water coming underneath the house. I'm very lucky that airbrush is just arrived. My brother-in-law and pick up from the delivery place. So I can use the airbrush now to finish the cake. A little bit more color adding to the cake. I don't want to make it too dark, but just a very light green I put on the sort of horizontal surfaces. And also I will put a little bit of darker shade on the deeper area, but not too strong, just a little bit. Okay? as I said that I have my steps to follow. So I finished my waterfall. Now I'm doing the stones part. I like to put little stones because landscape cannot be without little stones around. So it is because of this environment now, don't have much possibilities. I like to use that one completely, sort of covering some edges, etc. So all what I do is I just take a scissor and then chop the fondant into small pieces. As soon as I chop with the scissor, I have some sort of like a corners. So that is already appears to be like a natural stones. Alright, so everything finished here. That only I have to do this part and this part here. So I just put a bit of moisture underneath here and on the corner, right? And then there's some airbrush already moist over here anyway, so I don't have to really worry about it. Alright, so I just take this chop and then put it on here. It will stay one little bit here. It doesn't have to be everywhere, but just a sort of like a kind of border, a nice border, right? Like that. Maybe one here, one there. And also like putting the stones underneath and front, it breaks that straight line. That's it. For that, there's some stones which is covering the water part. And then over here also there's some stones that cover the water part, like edge of the water. So all what I do now, I have my royal icing. I will finish some foams, like splashes of the water, royal icing over here just a little bit. So melt it together around like that. Like that. Water. So I'm not touching the end bit, we're just going backwards. I will do a little bit more. The cake is not ready yet, but today we are experiencing this tea ceremony. There's something really, really unusual what I see over here. It's part of the Chinese tradition, and the tea ceremony is about the offering a tea by the bride and groom to the elderly people, but this is something else happening, part of it.
Thank you so much. Hand over to the team already. Yes.
Okay, I think you guys haven't had breakfast yet. Okay, so we have prepared
That's the
breakfast for
groom,
you.
pretty shy.
Please tuck in.
The best mates and the groom has to finish some sort of food outside first before they enter inside. According to tradition, all sorts of difficulties created for fun. That's the best mate says to bribe all those bridesmaid and give some sort of like ampao, it's called, like little money inside the red envelopes. So after this, see what happens. They have to now answer some questions, maybe sing some songs. Now is the door open. Now let's see what happens after this.
啱握個手，同媽媽握個手。新郎哥靚唔靚仔？靚。英唔英俊？好有型啊！新郎哥英明神武，大把銀紙俾你數，好唔好？好。喺呢個時候，新郎哥咧就繼續同姊妹玩遊戲先，之後就接新娘落嚟啊，俾警察俾你哋 ，OK 冇 ？Thank you Daddy Mommy，OK 嚟繼續玩遊戲，嚟。Alright, ladies and gentlemen, shall we give them a big round of applause? The bride, this is Jowelle and Thai. Yeah. 恭喜我哋新人就到新郎
Most
嗰邊
important part of the tea
好，你新
ceremony.
娘子拎住個茶
Bride
杯
and groom has to
嚟大
serve
聲
tea
嗌。
to grandparents. So Jowelle is serving tea to
好，飲茶飲香香，嫲嫲身體茶杯，大聲嗌。
婆婆飲茶。
now is the Jovelle's
嚟
parents
大聲
receive the
嗌。
tea from Thai.
好，嗱呢個女死嚟大聲嗌。
個Serdar飲茶。
Yes, yes, yes. There are no alcohol. Whiskey, drink, right? 呢個茶杯大聲嗌。
飲茶。
好 ，enjoy the tea. May the couple build a big and happy family. Happy. 來 drink together. Sedap mana? That's right. Yeah. Yummy. Okay, 嚟新郎哥拎住個茶杯，大聲嗌。嚟大聲嗌。Okay, enjoy the tea. May the couple be blessed with many babies. Yeah, yes, enjoy the tea.
Okay, come. Okay, come again.
We have gone through this morning the famous tea ceremony, which is very traditional in Chinese weddings. So I think it was very nice, and then especially the young people is showing respect for the older people. And then at the end also that something very interesting happened. The bride and groom sit down, and younger than them, the actually younger generation serve the tea for them. So that was quite nice to see. And we were going through also for lunch. Now we have afternoon, and I have a little bit more time to finish the cake. So as you see that, we have already placed the Jowelle and Kai's little figurines, and with their dog also. I didn't show you this because I have a very comprehensive detailed video in yenesray.com. If you like to have, you can just join us to our website free of charge for 7 days, and you can watch that video. You can see many other positions also, which I did before. So 2 steps left. Adding the flowers, which I did part of it. And I have still 1 bouquet left here. I'd like to show you. After that, we're going to continue with adding balloons to the cake. So when you arranging flowers, it's important that every flower has to place in that spot with a reason. So that is very important. That's why I already organized my flowers much earlier, put on table. These are the flowers I'm going to use. I can see the size of the bouquet. And after that, first of all, that you have to place the main flowers in the main location, and then you continue with the stretch to the front and back, or however, in every piece, add it into the bouquet individually, one by one, as I said, with the reason. So you place it, you see it in the right position, and glue it with chocolate. Challenge is adding flowers into the vertical sides. So when you put the flowers, how does it stand? So I usually use chocolate because it's very practical, and I have also a very practical idea. I use, if the flower is not completely dry, I use a skewer to add it to the cake and let the chocolate completely crystallize and harden. Then I will remove after that, as you see over here. Just give a twist, turning, and then removing. That's it. The flower stays because the behind the flower is chocolate already hardened. Look at that. And also this one, make it possible you place the flowers without touching it. Right? So let's do this one here. So that will be here. Just show this part around. This part here. I have my preparations. As that 1 large flower. I especially choose the flat one to match it, not just coming too much out. And then 1 large, 2 small, and then 1 medium, and then very small, 2, and then a couple of little buds, and then a couple of leaves available to go. So as I said, I'm going to place first the main flower, which is this one. So look at that, I'm just poking in here, and then it stays nicely, right? I don't touch the flower anymore. So in this part, I will use chocolate. I don't even have to make any kind of piping bag or something. Just touch here, like this, right? Quite generously, right? That's my main point. Position nicely. So this is nice. Put it in and pop it in. So that flower stays in the right position, and I don't have to remove that stick before the chocolate completely set. So basically, I like to do a similar position like this, coming here and there. So I like to place one flower here, right here. But as you see that this is quite a sort of bulky. I want to have like more sitting on flat. So that's why I just chop this part slightly. Look at that. I make it a little bit more easier to position properly, right? So, put this in somewhere on the side. It's holding. And then touch chocolate. Nice position. Go here and poke. Look at that. It's standing in the right place. So next one will be coming around here. Okay, now I'm going to add something else. So you see here, I have a small little filler branch, small little leaves, couple of little daisies, and then I find a little seeds, actually a seed from my, what flower is it, Jen?
Aloe vera.
Aloe vera's plant, so it was just nice, natural, I just used them. Sometimes I go to the garden and I cut some branches and use it in my arrangements. Nothing wrong with it. So, I like to have this one exactly this point. Okay. Let's put some chocolate here. That's it. And if the finger doesn't go, just use the scissor, push in. Push a bit too much. Okay. That's it. I have also produced some pasteurized branches. So this is always I use to add another dimension to the arrangement. So I'm going to put this one on here. Let me see, it's too big. That pasteurized goes inside the cake very easily. Okay, just push it in with a bit of chocolate. That's it. It stays where it is. So when I do all those gluing with chocolate and everything, it will be sometimes a bit too much of chocolate or whatever. I can always cover with it with the leaves, right? I need one more of this one to place it somewhere here, or there. Yeah, I think this will be better. Okay. Look at that. That's it. All right. Now, I will wait for a while. And remove those sticks, make sure that chocolate is nice set. And I'm going to add my leaves only around the areas at which, again, every leaves has to be taken in the hand, put it there, and see how it looks like. Is it covering? Is there any purpose to put there, right? And keep it there, and that's it. So the flower business will be, in that step, will be finished. Now let me show you a little bit more close up with the flowers. As you see, we are coming to the end. I already placed all my balloons one by one, actually just create a kind of like arrangement that, which is I like to do exactly like the drawing what I did. So I choose specially small balloons to make the proportion right. So that is the balloon, very small, and these are the 1 millimeter craft wire. So my requirement is to hold the balloon with this wire, with this 1 millimeter craft wire, but the balloon is not standing like sideways, it has to straight up, right? So to do that, I have a very small, a little sort of technique that to achieve that. First of all, I blow the balloons, not so big, right? Just the right size. And then pull this up, and then tie it up nicely. Okay, like this. Now watch this very carefully. All right. So I take a pencil, round pencil, fold this one like this once, and then twist it around like that. All right. Take the pencil out. So I have a little circle here. Put this one together, and then bend it about 45 degrees like this. And then exactly from the place that from the center, I bend again to straight. So what I having this, all right? So I hope that you see that properly. Then I make sure that fall in, just go through like this, okay? And then when I pull this up, so you see that balloons are holding in the right upward situation. And then pull this up like this and use the excess wire and go around and tie it up in such a way that this extension doesn't poke anything, all right? Then after that, straighten up again. So this is what I like to have it along straight upwards. Now, I tried super glue, didn't work. I tried a little chocolate, didn't work. But finally, I tried a little bit of hot glue gun. It works perfectly. So I position here, and this wire goes through this chimney, end up at the bottom of the house. So that means I have to cut it. If I want to position here, I want to cut it exactly from here. Just make a little indication like this, and chop this off. Okay, make sure that the wire is nice and straight, and then go into the chimney, all the way in, and then it's end up here. Yes, perfect. All right. So then what I like to do, I want to stabilize the balloon in the right place. Okay. So make sure that the wire doesn't break anything. That's the touching point. Put a little bit of hot glue here, touch there, and also touch there. Look at that. So that is actually completely, arrangement is finished. So then when I look at it, I'm going to turn it in the way that where I like the wheel better than the other way, right? Just turn like this. I think this is nice. You see over here. So all what I have to do now, I have to lift off this one and tie it up a little bit with a sticky tape, and then transport the whole lot, a house and cake together, and then the balloons separately. I think just normal, a little larger car will do the job. So then next thing you will see me transport it, and we arrive to the venue, and I'm placing on the table. And I just want to show you that how beautiful is the setup. So as you see, it's a banquet style table, long table, and 4 different areas. And then service will be done accordingly. And then the guests already start coming in slowly. And then this part of the garden, that's the stage. And this part of the garden will be the wedding ceremonial thing, that's the ceremony. And then people will just pass it to the restaurant after that. Bring the table down. we relocated the cake on the stage, I'm much more happier now. So that's the cake, the final destination. It looks much better than the Thursday.
Together and to start this ceremony, which is the cake cutting ceremony, in the count of 3, 2, 1, and look at our photographer. Remember to put a smile on the face， 记得要微笑，因为这一张照片呢，明天会登上头条的。掌声再交还祝生各来宾客人。Give it up to the doctors, Kai and Jowelle. Congratulations! What a beautiful beginning.
Now, it is all done. This is the end of another cake journey which I wanted to share with you and our family members. We are back home at Gold Coast. We wish Dr. Jowelle and Dr. Kai double happiness, as always said in Chinese tradition, and more happiness of course with more new baby members to the family. I hope this video would give you a little more insight of a cake story about a unique wedding cake. So, the theme was Joelle's idea, the bride's idea. Well, when a bride has a wish, it is always the cake decorator's command. When the idea is there, we have to say always yes. First, and think about how to do and how to transport right after. It is exactly what I did and sharing with you. I hope you enjoyed watching it. That is all from me guys today. God bless you all. Until to my next video, I leave you with a few pictures from the wedding. Bye for now.